Aubrey with Knitting by Aubrey, and today I'm going to teach you how to cast on knitting. So let's get started. Alright, what you need is a ball of yarn and 2 knitting needles. Now you can use any type of knitting needle and any type of yarn. I do think that you should practice in different types of yarn, different sizes of needles. These needles are size 6 in the US, and this yarn is size 4 or medium. And I decided to use purple today. To start your casting on, you are going to get your knitting needle and have the point pointing to the left side. You want them horizontal, and I like to hold it in my right hand. Now get your yarn and unravel it a little bit. Take the end of your yarn and drape it over your knitting needle. Don't wrap it, just drape it. And I want the front side of the yarn to be the short side, the end, and then the back side is connected to the ball. Alright, now pull the end of the yarn a little bit longer, and this will help create your stitches. Now I'm going to make a finger gun shape, and this is the method of casting on I use. Here's our finger gun. We're an L shape. So I'm going to make that finger gun shape, and you can see that I'm holding both of the ends in my hand. Alright, put your needle underneath your thumb loop, then over where your index finger is and back through that thumb loop. And that creates our stitch. This is the hard part, and keep on trying. It's hard. Let's show it again. So first thumb, then index finger, then back to thumb, and pull tight. For every stitch, you're going to repeat this process. This creates one stitch. When you create that first stitch, there's actually 2 stitches on the very first one. And then every time you do the finger gun motion, that creates 1 stitch. So make sure you count that second stitch at the very beginning. And just repeat this motion. Here I have 11 stitches, and this is what they look like. You really want to make these stitches even with their tightness, or else the end of your knitting is going to look skiwampus. So make sure that they're even. When you're done casting on, you want that short side to be in front, and then the long side attached to the ball at the back. That's how it should end up when you're done. After you're done casting on, you're ready to start your first row. So flip your needle around so that the point is pointing to the right side. Take your other needle and you can start to knit. You can look at that video down below in my link. And it's important that you keep that short end really tight when you first start out with your first row of knitting, or else it's very loose and it creates that skiwampus shape. So keep it tight. And just pull on it. Let's show casting on with a different color. Here's a light purple. The concept of casting on is the same for bulkier yarn. So let's show a size 6 or super bulky yarn. These knitting needles are huge. They are US size 19, and they are plastic opposed to my metal ones. Casting on is the same with bulkier yarn with thinner yarn as well. And so it's just a little bit harder to hold when you do it with bulkier yarn and larger needles. But it's actually exactly the same. So practice with both kinds and you'll get really good. Here's our dark purple stitches. Here's our light purple stitches. And here's our bulky blue stitches. So I hope you learned effectively how to cast on, and comment below if you have questions.